Howdy folks, my name's Paul. Welcome to my kitchen counter where tonight I'm going to show you how to take apart and put back together an original PlayStation controller. As you can see, this is an original PlayStation controller before DualShock or any sort of rumble feature. I've never done this before, but looking through the clear case, looks like it's going to be pretty simple. So I'm just going to take the screws off and open it up. There's no issues with this one, or at least I haven't had any issues with it. So I'm just kind of doing this to learn how to do it, what's underneath. So just in case I do come across any problems later on, I might have a better idea of how to fix it. And then while everything's apart, I'm going to just clean it up really good. So, yeah. Do you remember how small the buttons were? It's crazy. But I'll take the screws off now. We'll get to it. Alright, well there you have it. It's the back part of it. Pretty easy. Way easier than today's controllers. The buttons seem to be held in by this bracket screwed on there. That's pretty cool. Now, I did not expect the top buttons to be on their own their own thing, not connected to the board. Very surprised about that. So that could be a problem later on. If you ever have problems on one side, if you're having something wrong with that little board there, or this cord or something, should be pretty easy to just solder a new one back on. Let's say. Got all your and there you have it. That's all with it. That's really simple. Really simple. I was always too afraid to do this when I was a kid. I don't know why. Well, I'm going to get it all cleaned up now and then put it back together. So. Alright, I have all the pieces here cleaned up, ready to go. But before I start putting this back together, I ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I think that's the stuff that helps with the algorithm. I don't know. Now if you notice, I have more pieces than I did in the last shot. That's because I figured out how to take this part off of the L1 and L2, R1 and R2 buttons. It's very easy. If you see here, L1 and L2. I hope you can see that. And these just clip right on the middle there. So that's what we're going to start with. We'll just take this piece and put the buttons down over the clip, and then we'll just snap it on into place. Next, I'm going to do the R2 and L2 buttons. I'll just start by putting those, finding them. There's a 2. And there's the other 2. We'll put our little brackets on. I hope you can see this. There. Just for that reason. Might help if you turn it the right way. Maybe I'll cut that out. Probably not. Okay, and then we'll screw that back in. Screw those back in. Then you just put the board back in there. Pretty easy. Maybe if you do it the right way. Yeah, it goes this way. Alright? Yes. Oh, I have it upside down. That might help. No? I say cut. Cut. There we go. Not quite sure what I was doing there. And we'll line up the, line up the cords there. Put these in their little notches. Alright. We can snap our buttons back on. I don't remember which way this went. Maybe I should have done this before I put it in there. I'll try that. How about that? Yeah, that would have made it easier. There you go. Okay, so don't put those in first. Don't do that. Put your buttons on first. Your one buttons. Then put them in. That way you don't look like a doofus. And wind your cord up again. I mean, these things are so stiff, it pretty much goes right back into place. You know. Let's put the back on. Maybe again. There you go. See, I make these mistakes so you don't have to. When you're showing the people in your life, say, "Look what I learned how to do." That way you don't look like a doofus like me. Again with the doofus. And then we just screw it back together. So there you go. We're all done. Got everything screwed back together. Hopefully you stay tuned. I should have a video coming up about a DualShock 2, maybe a DualShock 4, Xbox 360 controller, maybe some bike parts. I don't know. I've got all sorts of stuff to fix on my countertop. So stay tuned and we'll see you next time, folks.